Last episode I spoke about the RAN station number 9 that was located downstream. Now, I talked about how it would send a signal when something tried to sneak into the river, whether it be surface craft or a submarine, and how that signal would be sent downstream and how it would shut a door. Well, that door was located here. Let me show you what was here. This gate was none other than RAN station number 8. And the door in question was the submarine boom gate that traversed the river. How this worked was, on this side of the river there was a fixed submarine net, which looked a bit like this with squares of 3 foot by 3 foot of steel wire. No submarine would be getting through here. Whereas, in the middle was a ship called the HMAS Kinsella, which was permanently moored to 2 posts near the centre of the river. It operated a winch that would be worked in conjunction with shore-based winches to either open or shut the gate. In order to find this place in the present day, we need to look at the map. Do you see how these 2 buildings are in alignment with this? That means what we need to find are these. So, when we looked on the map, we saw 2 things that we need to locate to find where the boom gate was. This thing here is the first part. This was a wheelhouse. It was also a generator for something else, but I'll get back to that in a minute. There was also one other thing that we needed to find. It was directly in front of it, and that is this. So this thing here used to hold a massive pulley, which would pull the boom gate shut from this side. So that means that the boom gate was just there, next to that mangrove, just there. So the other thing that this generator over here ran was this thing. This was a searchlight. So the searchlight would operate from up there, and these things were really, really powerful. But do you see how the river runs this way, whereas that one is it's angled this way? That means that it will constantly keep this area over here completely illuminated. I don't feel my camera really showed the full extent of what I mean, but do you see how the angle covers a greater area with its beam? Whilst I don't know the exact make and model of this searchlight, I suspect it looked very much like this. I believe these searchlights were very similar to anti-aircraft types. So yeah, shine this in someone's face and you'd probably significantly damage their eyes. But nets and lights, well, that sounds a bit impotent, doesn't it? Surely that wasn't the only thing defending Brisbane, and it wasn't. This place was an absolute kill zone. Let me show you why. See, the thing is, RAN station number 8 was located right on Fort Lytton's doorstep. And by gum, did Fort Lytton have some spicy, spicy toys during the Second World War. Let me show you what was here. See, the first gun that they'd come across would be this. This is the 4.7 inch quick firing gun, and this thing had a range of about 10 Ks. And it could fire about 10 shells per minute. So it'd start shooting bang, 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 bang. But there was another weapon down here, and this weapon was an absolute nightmare weapon. It's the kind of weapon you'd never want to come across because it had shells big enough to blow a hole in a tank. So yeah, think about it. That gun over there, that'd open up, bang, 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 10 rounds per minute. That's not much. You could probably get around its shells hitting the water, but particularly if you were in a fast-moving torpedo boat or something. But then this gun here, the twin-linked 6-pounder, it'd open up on you. Now this thing could fire about 80 rounds per minute, and the shells from this gun could blow a hole in a tank. It had substantially large shells. So it fired 80 rounds per minute. It had a range of about 3 Ks. So yeah, so you'd start being, shells from that thing would be landing all around you, and then this thing would open up on you. But these weren't the only weapons here. Oh no, they were not. See, out there, where the Kinsella was, it would have been about, it's hard to sort of see it with this. Anyway. So it was in the middle of the river, and it had a heavy machine gun on it. So it'd be able to open up into the river here, but also on the other side, there's a 303 Vickers machine gun. So think about it. This would be an absolute turkey shoot. There'd be absolutely no way these things could actually miss. To come into Brisbane would be absolute suicide. During the Second World War, this fort only fired its guns once in anger. See, any vessel entering Brisbane would have to signal who they were. First, to the outer examination battery, and again when entering the Brisbane River. And whilst doing so, they were expected to move very slowly. On the 18th of March 1942, a ship called the Grazier forgot to signal. So a warning shot was fired, and fortunately, they replied with the right signal. But imagine if they hadn't. Yeah, imagine that. A night raid happens, and this searchlight opens up on top of you, and you're like being shot in the face with a massive beam of light, and you're in a boat. Then the 4.7-inch gun opens up on you. Bang, 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 bang. Somehow you're able to avoid its shells. And then the 6-pounder over there, the twin link 6-pounder, bang, 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 bang. If by some miracle you made it past that, you'd be also being hammered in the middle by the Kinchella's machine gun. And you'd also be being hammered by the other side, the Vickers machine gun. I don't think that anyone would ever make it through here. It would be an absolute turkey shoot, and thus it is an absolute kill zone. You weren't making it through here. Hell no, you were not. But I'm feeling generous. Say it were a sub and it dived somewhere that shells couldn't hit it. Thing is, all these RAN stations were linked, and one of them had these. And they had depth charges. Or say they said yeah, nah, and escaped out into the bay. Do you think they were safe then? Well, all you need to know at this point is that there were 10 of these things, and their rather unique history and hidden secrets will be covered in future episodes. If you've learnt something new or are excited to learn more about our fantastic history, please like, subscribe, and press the bell notification. Cheers, thanks.